Hello, my name is Santiago Molina, and this short story called The Model Millionaire talks about Huey Erskine's life, who is the main character. He's a good-looking man and the best-looking gentleman in London. He had curly brown hair, grey eyes, and a beautiful face, and he also had many friends. Nevertheless, he didn't have money, and his father before he died was an officer in the army. Unfortunately, Huey wasn't good at any work. Huey was in love with Laura Merton, the daughter of Colonel Merton, an army officer, and he wanted to get married with her. The father told Huey that his daughter couldn't get married with a poor man, but if Huey had £10,000, he would get married with Laura. However, Huey had £1 in his pocket. Huey had a friend called Alan Trevor, who was a quite famous painter and a good artist. Alan's pictures were expensive because he painted for rich men. Huey visited Alan in his studio. While Alan was working on a painting, Alan asked for Huey's opinion of the painting about an old beggar. The model was an old man who was standing in the corner of the studio, and dressed in old torch clothes. The man's face was sad. With one hand he was held out a hat, and in the other hand he held a stick. While Alan was admiring his model, Huey asked Alan how much a model was paid for standing in Alan's studio. And Alan answered that not much for an hour. Huey asked Alan how much he will get when he sells a picture. Alan said he will get £2,000. Huey, surprised, said that the model should get some of the money, but Alan angrily told Huey that anybody could beg, but not many people could paint. Paint was difficult for Alan. Huey said painters were very unkind and many people wanted to be rich. However, Alan laughed and ordered Huey to sit down and shut up. Alan had to deal with another business, so he had to go away to take care of it. After that, Huey saw the old beggar who was resting on a chair, and Huey felt sorry for him. Huey decided to give the last pound that he had for the old man. The old man was surprised, and he smiled to Huey and he thanked him. After that, Alan came back and Huey left the studio. Later, Huey went to see Laura and told her all what happened before. She told Huey that her father would never allow her marry with a foolish. However, she loved that foolish because he was very kind. The night Alan and Huey met in the nightclub. Alan told Huey that he finished the painting and the model asked for Huey. Alan told everything about Huey's life. Huey was angry with Alan because he told everything about his private business. Nevertheless, Alan told Huey that he was painting for Baron van Hasberg, who was one of the richest men in Europe. And that gentleman was Alan's model. Huey was surprised and he felt very foolish because he gave £1 to one of the richest men in Europe. And Alan laughed at Huey's situation. Then Huey went back home and he was thinking that Laura's father would never let his daughter marry a fool. The next day, Huey had an unknown visitor. This last one said he came from Baron van Hasberg. A surprised Huey started to apologize, but the visitor said that Huey wasn't rude with Baron. What's more, Baron van Hasberg asked the visitor to give Huey an envelope with written that said, "A wedding present to Huey Erskine and Laura Merton, from an old beggar." And inside was a check for £10,000.